Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome back, my students, in lesson number 5 under the title of grammar number 2. And in this lesson we'll talk about the ing or infinitive with to. So let's begin our lesson. Number A, study the grammar books. Study the grammar books. Here we have grammar, which says something which is so important for us. ing or infinitive. You have already looked at some verbs which always end with ing and some which are followed by the infinitive to. And after to, as you all know, comes a verb which is in the first form without anything. I mean verb 0. Here we have some examples. I enjoy reading good story. Number 2, we have arranged to meet on Tuesday. In the first example, here we have the ing form of the verb, and in the second one we have the to plus verb 0, which is the infinitive form. The best way to learn whether a verb is followed by ing or the infinitive is through practice. Here we have to practice these verbs to learn whether a verb is followed by ing or the infinitive. You can also write the verbs in groups to help you remember. You can also write the verbs in groups to help you remember. Here are some common verbs for each pattern. The first group, which is verb plus ing, avoid, to be worth, enjoy, feel like, finish, imagine, keep, look forward to, mind, practice, and finally risk. So all of these verbs come with ing. You have to memorize them, my students, and you have at the same time practice writing them. The second group, verb plus infinitive. Here we have arrange, afford, choose, decide, expect, fail, hope, learn, plan, prepare, seem, and want. This group, I mean the second one, is verb plus infinitive group. So after arrange, afford, choose, decide, expect, fail, hope, learn, plan, prepare, seem, and want, we have to plus infinitive. And here we have to practice these verbs. Now let's do exercise number A in our workbook, page number 33. The question says, choose the correct form to complete the sentences. Number 1. Our teacher is very strict. Strict means difficult or hard to some extent. He expects us to obey or obeying him immediately. Here we have to choose the best answer or the correct answer. Let's say, our teacher is very strict and he expects us to obey. Why? Because after expects we have to and infinitive. Number 2. I can't lift this. Would you mind to help me? Or would you mind helping me? Yeah. So here we have to look at the verb mind. After it we have ing form. I can't lift this. Would you mind helping me? Number 3. I don't feel like going out or to go out. Yeah, as you all know, my students, after feel like we have to use ing form, the ing form. I mean here, I don't feel like going out. Then number 4, my brother chose to study or studying social sciences. Yes, here after choose or the past of it, which is chose, we have to use to plus infinitive. My brother chose to study social sciences. Number 5. Can you imagine to live or living on the 100th floor? Can you imagine living? After imagine, we have ing form, the ing form. Can you imagine living on the 100th floor? And finally, number 6, they enjoy to read or reading traditional stories. After enjoy, we have the ing form. I mean, they enjoy reading traditional stories. Now, here are the answers in front of you, my students. The first one to Abi, the second one to helping, the third going, fourth to study, 5 living, and finally number 6 reading. Now exercise number B. Some of these sentences have a mistake. Correct the mistakes. Yeah, alright. Number 1. We are expecting to hear from her. We are expecting to hear from her when she arrives. Here we have a mistake. Yeah. But not all of the sentences have a mistake. Here, some of these sentences have a mistake. Number 1, we are expecting to hear from her when she arrives. This sentence is correct, so there is no any mistake. It doesn't have any mistake here. Number 2, I hope traveling to Europe next summer. Here the mistake is traveling. We have to put, instead of traveling, to travel. I hope to travel to Europe next summer. Number 3. He risked to lose his business because of his bad judgment. The mistake here is to lose. We have to put, instead of to lose, losing, because here we have the verb risk. He risked losing his business because of his bad judgment. Number 4. The new teacher seems to know his subject very well. The new teacher seems to know his subject very well. Yeah, this sentence is correct. It doesn't have any mistake. Number 5. Do you mind to turn the television down? Here to turn is not true. We have to put turning. Do you mind turning television down? Number 6. It's worth to visit the Egyptian exhibition. It's really interesting. After worth, we have to put ing form. It's worth visiting Egyptian exhibition. It's really interesting. And finally, number 7, I can't afford to go on holiday until the end of the month. I can't afford to go on holiday until the end of the month. So this sentence is true, and there is no need to correct it at all. Now here are the answers. You can write them down on your workbooks, my students, after looking at them. Now reaching at this point, we can conclude our lesson. So we have another part, which is part number 2 of this lesson, lesson number 5. I can complete this lesson in the second part, so have a nice time and goodbye.